Stampers, welcome to Ink and Inspirations, and in this video I wanted to share how I colored this image from the Winter Post stamp set. Now if you are seeing this on the day I posted on my blog, which is November 30th, 2011, this is the last day of Stampin' Up's online extravaganza, and this stamp set, the Winter Post set that has all these cool images in it, I use mine all the time. I've had it for about 3 years now. It first was debuted in the mini catalog a couple of years ago, and when it was put into the Big Idea Book and Catalog, I was so excited. And in the online extravaganza, it is half price. So you have a few more hours if you're watching this on November 30th to get this stamp set. You would really love it. And one of the images is this skating couple that is so fun to watercolor. Here's the card I made this morning using this set. I've used some of the other images in the background, but what I wanted to show you today is my coloring technique I used on these skaters. And I've used some of my Stampin' Right markers and the Aqua Painter, which is the little ink, the paintbrush with the little water well at the bottom, and I'm going to show you how I use that. So let's get started. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Alright, first what I want to do is color their faces, and this is Blush Blossom, a Blush Blossom marker, and it is no longer one of the color families, but Stampin' Up! Left the marker in our catalog because it is a perfect skin tone color if you need a light colored skin tone. Okay, so I'm just going to do their faces and do that first, so that when I do the other coloring, it won't bleed into their on their skin, on the skin tone color. All right, next I'm going to concentrate on her skirt, and I'm using Not Quite Navy, which is also the card base color, and I'm just going to outline a bit on where the shadows are and where the creases are in her skirt. Just lightly touch, just a little bit underneath her sweater here, a little bit around the edge, okay? And then what I like to do, this is the base color of the card, so then I pick a lighter a lighter shade of the color, which in this case is Bashful Blue, and I take it and I just kind of pull the ink from the darker color onto the rest of her skirt. And you can color it as much as you want, bringing in that dark. Okay. I like to leave a bit of light spot too, so I don't color so much there. Alright, there's her skirt, and then I'm going to do the same thing with her skates. On the darks, in the shadows, use the Night of Navy, and then pull in that color with the Bashful Blue. Okay, and the same on her hat. I'm just going to touch a little bit of this here, and then get the Bashful Blue and kind of spread it around. And then I'm using Bashful Blue on her mittens as well. Okay, I'm keeping those kind of light here. Her fingers are around his hand. Okay. Alright, and then I think I want to do the fur. Instead of leaving her white, because I want her sweater to be white, I'm just going to touch a little bit in here with the Bashful Blue. Just barely, just to give it some color. Then I'm going to take the fine point side of the marker and trace over the tie, her bow right here. Okay? Now, for her, like I said, I wanted to leave her sweater white, but I don't like to leave it just plain like that. So I am going to take my soft suede, which is one of the other colors in the base of the card, and I'm going to pull that in and just touch where the shadows are, like a little on the outline. The shadows on the stamp itself are very helpful to know where to pull all that in. And just a little bit around the edge here, just so it's just doesn't look unfinished, okay? I'm just barely touching. Alright. Then with this, I like to take my aqua painter and you squeeze and the water comes down into the well, into the brush, the brush tip. And I don't want too much water, so I'm just wiping it off, and then I'm just going to barely spread a little bit of this shadow around on her sweater. Not much, because I don't want a beige sweater or a soft suede sweater. I want a white sweater. Okay, just a little bit. Okay. Now, that's pretty much done for her, except for her hair, and I'm going to take the fine point end of my black marker, and since her hair is black on the stamp, and this is stamped, I think I forgot to tell you, in Stays On. When you watercolor or you're coloring any of your images, you want to use black Stays On. Okay, while I have my marker out, I'm going to do his sideburn a little bit and his mustache a little bit, just to give it a little bit more color there. Okay? Alright, now let's concentrate on him. With soft suede, early espresso goes really well, so I'm going to use that on his trousers and use the espresso to do the dark spots on his pants. For a minute, and the light here, I thought I had picked up my black, and I thought, wow. Okay, so now I'm getting soft suede, and I'm going to pull some of that color in to the rest of his pants. Okay, and it's a little darker than I want, so I'm going to get my aqua painter again, clean it off, and kind of spread some of that color around. With an aqua painter, and this is on watercolor paper as well, that's how I'm able to move this around and get it so wet. You can kind of pull color off if you've got too much. If you want some light areas, you just get as much of the water off of your brush tip and kind of pull it along. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pulling some of this color off, because I didn't want it so dark right here on the top of his leg. Okay? Spread it around a little more. Okay. And that looks a little bit more like I wanted it to look. Not completely dark and pulling, but yet have that color, but pull some of that off of there. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just brushing that over there, and it's pulling some of the color off, and then I wipe it on my scrap paper and go back some more. And then you can always add if you take too much off. Okay? Alright. So there I have his pants. Now I'm going to do his skates, and I'm going to just use the soft suede a little bit. Touch them, and then his little ties. And I think I'm going to use the aqua painter there too to spread that color just a little bit. Okay. On his scarf and his hat, I use just some of the Bashful Blue. And here, I'm just touching. I wanted his hat a little bit lighter than hers. And his scarf, I'm just dotting, and I'm going to use my aqua painter, which as long as I bring color down into the brush tip and clean it off, I can use it right after I've used the other color. Okay, and I'm just spreading that color around. There are several ways to use the aqua painter. You can use it with your ink right out of your pad. Okay, I want a little more color on his hat. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to do the same on his shirt. Just a little bit of color. but not using the soft suede like I did on hers because his pants are the soft suede. So I wanted a little bit of contrast. Just dotting a little bit where the folds and creases are. And using the aqua painter to spread it around. I don't have quite enough water, so now I do. Okay. And the black stays there, like the name implies. It doesn't move when you're coloring and adding this water to it. Okay. And then you can keep adding color as you see you need it. And I'm just going to do that. Okay. Alright, now, next what I'm going to do is, I'm looking at her shirt again and I need a little bit of color on this sleeve. And I say color, it's more of a shadow. So I'm going to do that. And then pull that in just a little bit. Alright, now what I want to do is have them skating on something, or snow, ice. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking my gray, basic gray marker, and I'm just going to kind of follow their skate line here and use that to kind of give me an idea of where I want my ground, or their grounding to be. Okay, so I'm just marking along like that. Then I'm going to take my, let's see, it's the Sahara sand marker, and just kind of follow this outline that I made here. And it just takes away that feeling of floating. Okay, they're not floating, they're actually on something. And take the aqua painter and just spread just a little bit. Okay. And our next to the last step is I like to take the Sahara sand because it's like a shadow color, and I like to go all the way around my images, and this kind of grounds the image as well. It doesn't look like it's just floating in a white background. And I just trace around right next to, and I'm barely touching the watercolor paper, going all the way around. And this is just something I like to do. I had seen it done with another color and a different type marker, and I thought it really added a lot of dimension, I guess you could say, to the image when I watercolored it, and looks really neat. Okay, so there. Now, to finish it off, I added a little bit of Dazzling Diamonds with my 2-way glue pen. And I'm going to just get a little bit down here where the snow would be. You have to press down to get some of this glue to come out. And I want some on her sweater. So I'm just touching it. Then I'm going to get my Dazzling Diamonds and grab that. Flick off the excess. And there you can see you have a really pretty image, wintertime holiday image. And what I did here, I have some pieces of designer paper. I believe this is Beau Chateau, that soft suede dot, and that is 2 by 5 inches. This soft suede piece is 1.5 by 5 inches. And then I mounted that onto a piece of Very Vanilla that is 5 1/4 by 4. And this is a piece of that Very Vanilla velvet ribbon that's in the Holiday Mini, and I just use that as the border. And I have a piece of my watercolor paper is 2 3/4 by 2 1/4, and then the mat for that is 3 by 2 1/2. and I added a antique brad and tied some linen thread around it. This little Mary sentiment is from the Tiny Tag set, and I punched it with a jewelry tag punch. And also another thing I did to this before I mounted it is I took my soft suede sponge and just went around the edge. Just finishes it off. So try that. If you have any questions, email me at lisa@inkandinspirations.com. Thanks for joining me today. Remember, if this is November 30th, 2011 that you're watching this set is half price right now in the online store. And you can visit my website at www.inkandinspirations.com. Click on the link, it'll take you right there. Okay, have fun with it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.